Hey you guys, this is Lynna. You're watching Lynna's Life. Oh my gosh, I'm like super excited to be here. I used to do these videos in the tub. Yeah, I'm in the tub right now. But I used to do these videos in the tub and they were definitely like a unique experience for me. I was at a place in my life where everything was kind of like, you know, oh my gosh, it was just crazy. I had just transitioned in 2014 and I was in between jobs. I didn't know exactly what I was going to do with my life. And, it was definitely a challenge for me at the time. And I struggled a lot. And I used to use these blogs as like, just therapy and just to be able to relate with everyone and to be able to chat and stuff. And I started doing a video just a few minutes ago on on my phone, and then I decided why not just go live? I mean, why not just go live, right? So here I am. I'm live. I doing this video just kind of reminds me of the old days. I remember being in a bathtub in Buffalo, New York after I had just transitioned and I was living, my life. I had gotten my credential for the first time with the name Lynna Lopez on it. And I was super, super excited to be able to finally be living in truth, right? It was like so like difficult for so many years of my life, of my existence, because I really don't think that I transitioned to be like to run away from anything. I guess I was running to the truth, and not away from something else that I didn't want to face. But yeah, I had a good day today. I drove a crazy amount. This was my longest, meatiest day of the week. And at 50 I've learned my lesson about driving too long. So I did about, I guess, maybe 12, 13 hours of driving. I left at 11 or something in the morning from Provo, and I ended up going out to, what was it? Through Salt Lake City, up into Idaho. I hit some snow there. Nothing happened. I'm good. But I hit some snow there, and then I went up and over. I kind of hit a patch of fog up by Dead Man's Pass before I got to my hotel tonight. So, but still, I'm just so grateful, so grateful. I was able to reconnect with my old friend from Washington, and we're going to reunite, and I'm going to be able to see her and see her dogs, and it's just going to be so cool, because, you're looking good for your age, girl. Oh, thank you. But, it's crazy because I feel like when I'm on my own and I can make my own decisions and stuff, that I literally don't like have to like worry about myself. I don't have to worry about what I do and how I do it and everything. And for me, that's just really nice, to be able to do that. So having my freedom brings me radiance and joy and happiness, and all of it. I'm just super excited to just to be living my best life, and I am looking forward to talking to all of you guys and trying to be, wow, it's warm in this tub. I just put on the hot water and I'm like sweating, But that's good, right? It's good to sweat anyway. Um, so I had a good day. I drove and drove and drove and drove, and I drove all the way to Pendleton, Oregon, which is really nice. I had driven through here before, but it's just really nice to get back to the Pacific Northwest. Not that I'm gonna stop and live here or anything. I don't even, honestly, I don't even know where I'm gonna live. I really don't. I mean, I've been given all kinds of counsel, and people think they know, what's probably best for me, and some people, that really want me to restore my relationship with my kids. They want me to move to Nashville, and I've contemplated it, I've thought about it, but I just don't have any peace about it. I mean, I really don't. It's like, it's something that I can't explain, but I just don't have any peace about it. I feel like people don't understand the level of destruction that I left behind in that town with regards to my children and my previous ex. I mean, it was devastating, and no one was equipped to deal with it. No one was equipped to work things out or work through things. So it just became an unmanageable situation. And when things get to be unmanageable, we do everything that we can in order to survive. And that's unfortunately what happened. My kids did whatever they could to survive the trauma of losing a parent. And it was really devastating, but everybody's got their burden to bear, and I have never stopped thinking about them. I've never stopped wanting to reunite with them and everything. But I can't just move there, that would they would be freaked out, right? I mean, it would just be too much for them. So Nashville is, for those of you who would want me to move to Nashville, and, a lot of people that are, Christians, and they think that, restoration is super important, and, even detransition, that people would even mention that, it's like, I would not be comfortable doing that. And I don't have any plans to do any sort of thing like that. I'm living my best life now. I never did anything in order to run away from things. And a lot of people do that, but that wasn't something that I did. So I'm just going to take it one day, one week, 1 month at a time. That's all I can do. I can't expect myself to do anything more than that, because if I do more than that, then it becomes unbearable for me. I mean, so I have a lot of wonderful things that I have to look forward to where I'm going. I'm going to reunite with an old friend that we had a falling out, and we recently were able to work things through, and I love her to pieces, and she knows that. And she has a couple dogs that I really love too, and other people in her life that I really love as well. And I just, I'm just so grateful, because whenever I feel like I'm alone and I don't have anything to have, feel like I don't have anybody around, there are always people. There are always good people that God provides for me to be able to get through the situation that I'm in. And I'm grateful for those people. People like my friend out in um, Silver City who offered me her home in Park City, Utah. And literally, she gave me access to her 5, 6, 7 bedroom palatial home, in a beautiful resort town, and said, you know, you can stay there as long as you need to in order to recover and heal. And I was there for 2 weeks. I should have stayed there longer, but I guess I have this phobia about being alone, and I had my dog, obviously my shadow, but it wasn't the same. It really wasn't. But I just really, I have this fear of being alone, and I guess it's my own thing, but I got to work through it. And I was alone in Park City, and then I reached out to my friend in Washington, and she graciously allowed me to come be with her and spend time and get to know her and stuff, and I did. And so we cultivated a great friendship, and as you know, she's been a very special person in my life. So, not romantically or anything like that. Don't get any ideas, but she's been instrumental in being one of those angels, one of those good Samaritans, one of those sweet, sweet, loving, and kind individuals that God has managed to somehow provide to a trans woman in sin like me, right? So I'm just so thankful. I'm so honored, and I am so grateful for everything. But I'm just going to take it one day at a time. People ask me, where are you going to move to? And I'm like, I don't know. Honestly, there are so many places you guys have looked at. I mean, I drove all the way out to Tucson last week because I thought that might be a good place to move to. Well, it wasn't. I drove out there, and I don't like the town, and I don't like the area. It's still too hot. It's still the desert Southwest, which is beautiful for many people, but I grew up in Southern California where, there's not much to the seasons and stuff, and I've always wanted to just have a sense of, normalcy and stuff with regards to weather, and to be able to have variety, like falling leaves and snow and, springtime and all these wonderful seasons, and the fall with the leaves and stuff. California didn't offer that. And the year that I lived in Apache Junction, it didn't offer that either. Although it was a good year. I will admit that, I will say, because I don't have to admit, I will say that our decision to come down to Apache Junction was a good one. And it really did give me a quiet place to just be myself and not have to worry about things, and not to be online and all that, because I mean, it's dangerous, right? It's dangerous to be online. It's dangerous to share your life. It's dangerous to talk about details about your personal business and stuff, because people can use it against you. You don't know who's watching, and ever since 2014, I have been online and just sharing my life experiences as a trans woman, and working through the things that I have to work through in order to, get through things. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm just going to wing it, because that's kind of what I do the best at, is winging it, and see where it takes me, because hey, it is our life, and we have the choices that we have to make. And, you want to make a good decision and you want to live at peace with yourself. But I just, I'm just doing the best that I can. Tonight I'm in Pendleton, Oregon, and I'm doing the best that I can, right? And tomorrow I'll be in Washington. And 2 weeks from now, I don't know where I'll be. I really don't. And I'm not scared either, because I know that God's got this. And He's always given me His guidance, And I know that some people aren't, they don't believe in God or whatever. And, I totally honor your opinion and your thoughts and everything. Thank you, Irene. And Dylan, how you doing? Derek says, bless you, dear. And Amanda Baldwin is watching. Well, yeah, I literally just want to be able to be a blessing, and to be an encouragement. Many times in the past, you've heard the things that, I've said, and I don't know, out of defensiveness, out of hurt, out of pain and trauma. I've said some things that hurt people and stuff, and I've learned a lot, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to offend anyone. So, like, with regards to, my belief in God, which has fluctuated back and forth and stuff, but it really hasn't. It really has not fluctuated much. I could deny, but, when you're flipped over and half dead at the bottom of a mountain, and you get rescued miraculously, and then you hear like a voice in your spirit inside of you saying, go to sleep, and when the sun comes up, I will rescue you. You're going to be okay, and you're not okay. Like, when I was down there, I thought I was, that scene in Jurassic Park where the Jeep is stuck in the tree, and if it moves a little bit, it'll fall off the tree and go down the ravine or something. Well, that's how I felt when I was in massive need of help, and I had broken my neck in 3 places and my back in 1. So my depth of understanding with regards to my faith has been a journey, but I've never really not believed, because I have too many miracle stories to say otherwise, And like I said, everybody has the way they want to choose to live and everything. And I've tried other ways. I've done the meditation thing. I've gone to these classes where, like, Buddhist stuff, and walking around and meditating as you walk, and then like bowing towards some Buddhist, like, Taoist, righteous man or wisdom guy. I've done all of it, and for me, what works is Jesus, and that's just me. That's just me, and I would never shove my beliefs onto anybody. But it's really nice to know that God has my back, and that He's looking after me, and that He cares about me, because I have faced a great amount of rejection with my family, with regards to my family and my kids and my mom. I was just like 3 hours or 4 hours from my mom when I was down in Laughlin, Nevada. And it was hard, because I wanted to see her. But let's be honest, you guys. If you're a transition person and you're living your best life and you've made your decisions, and you've had, in my case, like I've had some surgeries, and I don't look like I used to. Um, it's kind of traumatic for an older parent to see you, Like when I got my breast augmentation in June of 2019, I stepped into that bathroom the first time that I was going to take off the surgical bra to look at the doctor's handiwork. And if it wasn't for my friend who I'm going to go visit in a in in less than a day, I really don't think that I would have been okay, because I saw myself for the first time as the woman that, with regards to having breasts and everything, it's just a huge, huge step in the life and the transition of a trans woman, especially a person who has never really been quite consistent with her hormones because of all the stress and all the crazy changes that I've had to endure over the last 6 years. But I, I was like, I fainted in joy, but the changes were so like, they were so massive, right? I mean, a person that doesn't have breasts, and then all of a sudden, bammo whammo, there you are, right? It was a shock. And it was definitely something that I I had to grow accustomed to, and I did really quickly. And I love what happened, and I tell the story about how my doctor told me that I woke up smiling, you know, because I did. I've always wanted this, and from a young age, I felt like I was in the wrong body, right? I mean, and it's classic gender, you know, person that deals with that kind of stuff. But yeah, I literally just want to be able to be a blessing to you guys, and not to tear you guys down, not to tell you what you need to do or who you need to believe in or what you need to eat or how you need to, pray or meditate or how you need to exercise and work out. I mean, I'll just share what I do. And if anybody likes to do what I do, then you can join me. But no pressure, you know, no pressure. I don't compel people to follow my way, because I'm still learning, and I'm a broken person, you guys. Honestly, I am a broken person. My heart is so tender, and it's easily broken. So I just, you know, I just want to be able to help in any way that I can. If you're like a young transitioner, if you're, a mom of four and you need a different kind of perspective on life, I'm here. I mean, I can't claim to know everything and to experience, obviously, everything that a genetic woman would ever experience, but I do know rejection pretty well. And I have managed to cope working through it. And, you know, life lessons teach you a lot. And one of the biggest things that this transition life has taught me is to love the unlovable, to reach out to those that others just don't see, to walk by a homeless person and to say hello, and to let them feel like they are part of humanity and that they are of worth and of value, to help those who can't help themselves, and to give hope to those who don't have any. I mean, just because you're trans doesn't mean that you're like subject to some lower class status in society. You can do whatever you want with your life, and it shouldn't be someone else's business as to what you do or you don't do, because it is your life. That's why I call my blog, my vlog, right? Video log, Lynna's life, because it is my life that I'm sharing, and it's no one else's experience but mine. And I've made mistakes on that channel. Oh my gosh. I've said things about my family back in the day that I wish I would never have said, because a lot of times what happens on social media is that we say too much, and in the process we hurt people. And that's just something that I don't care to do anymore. I want to just be a place where people can go and to laugh and have a good time and to chat and to have fun and enjoy each other's company and to cry and to smile. That's it. I'm not looking for you to follow anything that I do. Because obviously I do a lot of things wrong. And like I said, I'm very broken. Today I reached out to one of my sons, and I got the answer. And I basically, understand why they wouldn't want me. And there are so many mid-aged trans women and trans men that force this on their children, and I personally think that it's detrimental to them. But there needs to be a place of compromise and understanding. But I was not afforded that, and I'm not going to blame anybody. It's just that not having your kids in your life is like the most hellish prison sentence. I mean, seriously, when I realized that that's what was going to happen, I was like, no, I can't do that. I don't want to lose them. I love them. I always beat myself up about what a bad DAD I was, and how disconnected I was from them because of my gender issues and confusion and all that stuff. But I remember sitting down with my oldest boy when I left Silver City the first time in 2018 and went on my own to live in Minnesota, and he sat down with me at the downtown Chipotle in Chicago, and he said, DAD, you were a good one, and you taught me a lot, and you helped me, and you mold me in many ways, and I just wanted to say thank you. Well, that son today is 23 years old, and he's married. He got married last year. And, he may even have a child in the next whatever. I don't know. I'm not privy to his life. But I understand that when I was there, I mean, who takes their kids on road trips, right? Like, I used to be a freelance camera person, and I used to take my kids all the time. I homeschooled, and we could just up and leave in the minivan and go wherever. Like one time we went to Colorado, another time we went to Orlando, and we got there, and it was like a week before I had family. We visited. It was a wonderful time, and then I shocked them by getting a timeshare before the project that I was working on at one of the local resort hotels and stuff. was going to begin. So they spent time there. One time we went out, we all flew on a plane and flew down to Nashville or Knoxville or something and rented a van, and we went to a resort in the Smoky Mountains out in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and they had a water park. I love the water park. I mean, what kid doesn't, right? And then I would go to Brainerd, Minnesota. They would have like these cheap deals for like $60 for a room and stuff, and you get like the wristband, and the kids would just, oh my gosh, there's so many things, so many memories, so many, so many. I mean, I wasn't the person that would crawl upstairs and read them the Bible and pray with them or anything like that, but I took him to, like, my oldest. I remember he was 5 years old, and I took him to go see Spider-Man. And, one of the things that they say in that Spider-Man movie, the first one, is with great power comes great responsibility, or something like that. With a great gift comes great responsibility. And I remember taking him to that, and I took my daughter. We drove from Nashville all the way up to Minnesota, and I had a video shoot. Like they were working on like what they're gonna put on the big board, when they introduce the players during the games. And so they were doing these headshots and stuff, and they asked me to come up there to do those. And my daughter was beside herself because she was there hanging out with WNBA stars from, that great Minnesota. I forget what they've won a bunch of championships, but she was excited. She was so thrilled. We stayed at a nice hotel because I would always Priceline it and find a good deal on a hotel. And, that's what I did. So I was a good DAD whenever I was there. I may not have been the best DAD, but I was there. So I'm trying to be gentle with myself. I'm trying to give, myself grace and space to allow myself to be able to forgive myself, and work on forgiving others. I mean, I do forgive others, I do totally forgive my kids, because they just wanted what they wanted. And in a perfect world, I would have loved to have given them that. That would have been so much easier than this. This is not easy, but sometimes we have to do things that are not easy. And sometimes we lose things. And sometimes we don't know why we lose things, but we do. We lose things. And for me, that was my family. I mean, there's people that would tell me, like, I remember I detransitioned in 2016 out of guilt and stuff. And I connected with some people from my Bible college in Louisiana. And one of them said, like, he's from Zambia. He's like a missionary. No, he's like a native from Zambia. And he goes, oh, that's great. Are you going to go back to your old family and everything? And it's like, no, I'm like married. I'm in another relationship. People just don't understand a lot of times. They just don't get it. They just don't. But they have these images and these thoughts and these ideas that things can look like they were, and that God, God can do anything, right? But, it's a rare occasion when God chooses to do like some massive miraculous thing. I mean, the Red Sea wasn't parted like 5 times. It was just parted once, like one time. And it was a monumental thing. It was an incredible thing, right? I mean, as the story goes, the Hebrews were facing annihilation by the Red Sea, by Pharaoh's Egyptian army, who were on their tail, and they would have wiped them out. But God came in and parted the Red Sea, like literally took water and separated it from itself and made a dry path for them to walk through. And they were saved, right? They were delivered from annihilation and destruction. And then Pharaoh thought he could just run in there with his soldiers and the water shut back down and they all drowned. So, that doesn't happen very often. And what we're looking at here is a Red Sea type thing. Because I remember my friend the other day, I was talking to her, the one that gave me the house in Park City to stay at. And she was giving me all kinds of advice, and she thought that it was of the Lord to have me move back to Nashville, and that restoration was what I needed to do, and that it was important for me to focus on that. And I said, I love you to pieces. I really respect you as a person, and I will never turn you away or act defensively about anything that you would have to say to me, but I just don't agree. Simply I don't agree. It's not like, oh yeah, I feel guilty. I need to work on that. And, I told her basically, I appreciate how you feel, and I know that you have your own beliefs, and I honor that and I respect that, but I truly do not think that you understand the entire situation and what you would be asking of me. And I know, barring some Red Sea miracle, I could never do that, because transition is not like, I don't know what my kids think, because I was in a text conversation, because we never talked, but my second oldest reached out to me, and he basically kind of said, we've given you every chance and you have broken the chance and everything. And I'm like, if chance means that you've given me the chance to detransition and that I chose not to, and that it's somehow some kind of like decision that's a fluke, or that is like something that, it's like, oh, let's dress up and then let's not dress up anymore. Let's just run back because, we're tired of playing dress up. I mean, if that's all it was, I guess anybody could do it. But if you're truly dealing with a massive issue and you really are affected by gender dysphoria, telling someone that kind of thing is really not very thoughtful, not very empathetic or compassionate to what they're going through. It's like you don't tell an anorexic, hey, you just need to eat more. That's what you need to do. You need to just eat more. Why don't you stop not eating? You're really thin, but, you need to eat more. And it's like, that doesn't help anybody. So I honestly I just don't resonate with what they're saying. It's like, it's not a matter of obedience either. It's honestly a matter of life and living. My ex would talk about, my last ex, I have 2 exes now, but my second ex, right? She would talk about how there's nothing more that she would ever want than for me to be able to be reunited with my kids and to restore my relationship with my first ex. And it's like, hello? I mean, you've been with me for a long time. It's just not that easy. And, you know, they saw how miserable I was when I had done such a thing. And, you know, the crazy thing is that I've done things like completely cut my hair to a boy cut and walk back to my drive out to see my mother, and I was still not, it was still nothing that could be done. I was still not accepted. So, like when I talk to my sister, this is the common thread that I get when, oh shit. Oh, oops. That is that's the thing that I get is that they think that I should somehow ask them for forgiveness and tell them, I'm so embarrassed, tell them that, I mean, I made a mistake and that I need to do the right thing, and, you know, and it's like, really? That's all this is about? About me just saying, sorry, I had a hiccup. I kind of blew it, you know, and I shouldn't make these kinds of mistakes, and please forgive me, I'm sorry, you know, because I just hurt you, and I don't really have a reason for doing what I did. I don't think it's that easy. It really isn't. It's much more complicated than that. It's much more, you know, difficult to navigate. But I do it, and you know, I didn't get the answer that I wanted. I basically was told 3 strikes you're out. No, we don't want to give you a chance. I have my life. I have my, oh boy. I have my, let's see. Oh, okay, that's my friend. That's my friend. She just texted me. But, you know, it's one of those things that we have to work through. We you know, when you have a life in the past and everything, and things don't work out the way you would want them, and you just have to try to work through it. And I want to restore things. I really do. I would love to restore that relationship with my kids. I love them. I always will. And honestly, guys, I say it so many times, but whether I was PAUL in the past or Lynna now, I've always been the same person. Like recently, I made many of my videos public again, and I was embarrassed of some of them because I had done stupid things and stuff that I thought and stuff. And there's this one video that I did on Father's Day in 2014 that, you know, I was just so devastated and broken. And I made that one public again for viewing because I think it's important. You know, it's important for people to know the pain that's involved, the loss that is experienced, and the suffering that occurs when a midlife crisis happens in one's life, when you're dealing with gender issues and stuff, and you do what you do in order to survive. And that's just life. That's life. And we deal with it. And we do our best. But I'm looking forward to an awesome life. I'm looking forward to being able to just like have my, my own time and to not worry about anything. And I'm not here to put anyone down. 6 years with living with another person, everybody has their quirks and things that they deal with and stuff. But I just I'm just thrilled to be able to have my life back and to be able to share with you guys, because like when I'm not by myself, I end up just not being able to have friends, it seems like. So I appreciate these times and I enjoy sharing any part of my life that I find that I might think that you guys would want to know about. And I don't have all the answers, believe me. But one thing you do know and that you can be confident in is that whatever choice you make in life, whatever decisions that you choose for you, I'm here to support you. I'm here to be your friend. And I'm here because I honestly care about you. There's many people that I've spoken to on the phone. Some of you I've met. And I just want to let you know that Lynna's life is all about being absolutely open and absolutely transparent. And that's how it works for me. I started my channel to share what I was dealing with and what I was going through. And it continues to be that way, whether I was 43 or going on 51. Oh boy, February 4th. Oh boy, yeah. So, but age is just a number, you guys. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, you do what you can, but the aging process takes us all. And it's fine. We don't need to be afraid of the 5-0 or the 6-0 or even the 7-0 or the 8-0. And if we get to 9-0, we're lucky. And if we get to 1-0, we're like a legend, right? We're a centurion? No. Centurion? I don't know. I don't know what that means. But, yeah. So, I'm going to do me. And you guys can do you. And we can all hang out. And we can all just enjoy life and laugh and love. And, when I get my apartment, I'll put together some cooking videos again. When I get to Washington, I'll do some videos outside in the beautiful, beautiful area that is out there. I'm just so excited, you guys. My car is great. It runs really nicely. I've been able to just have a great time reconnecting with old friends and making amends. Even my friend that I had, lost contact with, I was able to connect with again. And I'm just so thankful. So thankful that I can have a salad in the tub, peanuts on the toilet. I mean, oranges. It's fun, to just be able to be you, and to do your life and to not feel like you're being looked down upon. And not that I was looked down upon. It wasn't it wasn't that way. I'm just grateful to be out. 3 strikes. Well, 3 times, and it's not 3 times and you're out, because I know why my ex has decided to do what they've done and stuff, and I know that many people don't understand it, and you might ridicule her and everything, but I I honor her walk. I honor what she wants to do with it. I honor what she's chosen to do with it. And it's up to her. It's her life. I just have no interest in being a part of hers anymore. 6 years, and we learned a lot, and we grew a lot, and that's good enough for me. So I guess I better get going, but thank you guys for watching. Thank you for spending time with me in the tub. I mean, that sounds skanky, but for those of you who remember the old videos that I used to do, I was a basket case in the tub, and I would fall asleep in the tub. I mean, I was like, why? Why am I falling asleep in the tub? I would like literally fall asleep in the tub when there was a good bed, right? There was a good bed to sleep in, but I think I found the tub and this, closed in space as a little protective bubble or something. I don't know. I don't feel like that anymore. My butt hurts right now from sitting in the tub for so long. So, I better get ready for bed. It's 11 o'clock. I have a lot to look forward to. I have lots of people to hug and dogs to hug and crying and laughing and talking and sharing, and I'm just so excited, I can't hide it. It's unbelievable. So, on that note, I will leave you guys to a good night. Thank you for watching. I will do more videos on Facebook Live because I find it to be a lot more easy. Actually, I can't do live videos on YouTube until my subscribership would grow past 1,000. It's at 630, I think, right now. But I like doing these. So I guess I found my little niche, right? I'll do live videos on Facebook. All right. So I'll see you guys later. Love you all. Have a good night and get some rest. Just like me, get some rest, right? Old people need their rest. So do you young people. All right. Good night.